Well, it's time to see who our victors are going to be here in this map decider of Overpass. Who is going to be the team that gets to challenge Greyhound for a slot into IEM Dallas. It's been a while since I've been able to see Overpass, Pilski, so I am thinking that this is going to be a good one.
Aggression straight up A long here and into the middle of the map for VERTEX. And then meanwhile, Rooster just go and exec B site straight out monster. So going to get a quick retake here from the CTs.
Yeah, no kits though, so it's pretty good if they are here relatively quickly as the bomb starts to be planted. ADDICT makes quick work of a PZ, a challenge in the side tunnel. We'll see what else ADDICT can do as he starts to get a little bit of pressure from Hazard as well coming in. And they're very focused on him at the moment. Brace manages to take him down, but now all eyes turn to the players on the site itself. A 2 versus 3 scenario. Thought it might have been 2 versus 2, but TJP still has 2 HP to be able to frolic around with. But it's all nettik at the end of it to find the last 2, which means pistol goes to Rooster.
Yeah, good win in the pistol. Going to put them off on the right foot there. You know, VERTEX aggressing up A long, taking party control, crunching straight down connector in combination with taking short water. They had pretty much the whole map except for that monster control, and Rooster leveraged that to exec the B site and take the round quite nicely. Force Spy going to be coming out here for VERTEX, so we'll keep an eye on how they're going to position themselves in a round like this. PC going to run all the way down long A. Multiple players inside connector as well as short as well. ASAP going 1-for-1 in connector off a nice shot on the dig of Hazard. So VERTEX are going to be able to maintain a 4-on-4 here. Rooster aware that they are up against a Force Spy now. PC, this is kind of a one and done from him, but only Rackham to find this off angle could find him some success.
We'll have to wait and see if that's how things are going to turn out. It'll be pretty big for PZ to get some damage here. Rackham's low. He can't quite work out how to finish him off, but he does in the end, and TJP will get the trade. Rotations immediately from VERTEX 2 to the upper A site.
Yeah, good spacing and discipline from Rooster. Rackham doesn't overpeak on long there. Able to allow himself to be traded. Now nettik activating on the other side of the map, joined up with the rest of the boys. And like you said, losing that player deep on long A unsettles the rotations here for VERTEX. Still got plenty of nades to be working with. So the retake definitely a possibility, but you can see VERTEX active on that A side of the map.
Yeah.
Going to lose that B site.
20 seconds for them. They'll get the plant down. Hazard to come in from connector, ADDICT and Malta. Going to be coming up from the maze. See what damage can be shot on out. VERTEX can get a kill here. They do have that kit on Hazard too to go in for the retake. He's got an incendiary that he's going to be able to deploy to the site as well. And that's going to be immediately extinguished. A 1-to-1 trade coming out. Remember, time is a bit of an issue, but a good one out from ADDICT and Malta as well. Does mean that the retake for VERTEX is quite successful, and they are going to tie things up.
Those 5-7 shots come from at range. What was that? That was absolute filth coming out for VERTEX on the retake there. Rooster, hard done by, dropping that round against the Force, similar to what we saw, I think. Was that on Inferno? I think Inferno, yeah. Same thing happened to them. This is a nightmare way to start the game. At least this time they've got the bomb plant, which means that if they want to, they can single eco here and still buy up in towards the next with the 1900 loss. Even can buy a deagle or an upgraded pistol here or there. Try to chip down the money here of the CTs. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still pretty bad.
Good time for VERTEX to get a bit of a stable lead early on as PC gets a couple of eco frags. Only 2 in the end. Ooh. As TJP with the P250, we saw how deadly he can be with this gun in the previous map.
Yeah, his P250 shoots different.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anybody else make that weapon look so dangerous in quite a while. VERTEX in this 3-on-2. They're going up against unarmored rifles. You can see ADDICT holding control of the middle of the map, the rotation over towards the B side of the map. The other 2 boys looking for info, just jump spotting over on A. Don't want to get caught off on a wrong timing, or they could be losing another gun or 2 here or there.
See if Rackham can get anything here, Pilski. Otherwise, it would have just been TJP with the P250.
Very safe positioning from Brace. He's actually going to give up the plant. So this does make a difference, especially for someone like ASAP who's down on 1800. He would have only had like 3.7, I think. They only on 1900 loss bonus or something like that. So with the bomb plant, he's actually able to get a fair few extra grenades, as are some of the other boys. Up at 5.2, they could even buy an AWP if they wanted to. So that bomb plant worth its weight in gold.
Definitely is going to be a big one out for Rooster to equalize if they can get this too, with the economy not being settled too largely on VERTEX's account. Remember last time, I may mention to it again, it was a 16-13 ordeal on this deciding map.
Yeah, I mean, VERTEX are in this position where they're in a safe spot. If they drop around, they'll only have to eco and then they'll have to pick a fly. It's not actually a hard. It's still not a good position to be in. Control of connector. Very valuable there for VERTEX. They blow the door open and they're able to isolate TJ, who, similar to what we saw over on Vertigo, was trying to be hyper-aggressive, was trying to make plays, and was often able to find success on the T side doing that. But unfortunately, here on Overpass, it hasn't been the same story.
A single smoke grenade now for Rackham as well. Smokes, I feel, on a map like Overpass, pretty crucial. For a lot of positions to clear, you know, open bomb sites be a little bit problematic when you don't have them. HE grenade rather in.
Yeah, Rooster trying to settle this 4-on-5. Exploring the map. ADDICT working over towards bathroom. VERTEX trying to play this by the numbers. Still a fair few flashes for them. Counter flashes definitely an option. Especially over on this A side of the map, one of the best tools that you can have to just further extend your advantage or shut down some of these A-side exes, but I don't think it's going to be an execute from Rooster. They've got one smoke to work with. That's it. It's going to have to be a pretty simplistic play. PC to take first contact.
30 seconds. See what's going to happen. ADDICT with a full kit of util, but PZ, as his head is removed, so too is Braces. That's going to be an A-side open for business.
That was the best possible timing. An anti-timing for VERTEX. PC gets flashed onto Vita, sees nothing. The false sense of security means that both him and the site player get decked instantly, and it's an immediate save from VERTEX.
That's quite unfortunate too, right? Because you look at what the difference that round actually has happened if PZ even finds one kill, or if Brace is able to get a trade, right? He's able to, through caution, over towards Rooster, change up their approach. They have to kind of almost stumble over their feet with the little time. So very well navigated, at least by nettik and ASAP, to get those quick kills.
Yeah, just really good case of timing, really sharp shooting. Those are two of Rooster's biggest strengths in every iteration of their roster. The players have such a great intuitive sense of how to work their way into a site, how to find these really quick, snappy entries. It's what makes them such a dangerous team and such an annoying team to play against.
Yeah. Early stages 2-2. What was the actual scoreline at the half between these guys last time?
8-7.
So it was on Overpass rather. 11 T-sided rounds for VERTEX. So yeah,
strong T-side to lean back on maybe.
And then it was 9, I guess, for Rooster. So T-sided gamers.
We'll see if that continues. The gun round coming on in here. Money's built up a fair bit for Rooster here. They've got a bunch of cash left over that they can lean back on. Buy is decent for VERTEX, but no, all Brace's got deep up long, but checked by TJ. Man advantage here for Rooster. PZ trying to pull one back, but with a FAMAS at that range, best of luck.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one, but of course, they've still got some AKs in the A1S that was saved from the previous round.
Oh, Hazard, nice timing. Fighting from Divider. Look at the big rotation here. PZ's all the way up long. 3 players outside bathroom. This is going to be a bloodbath.
We'll have to wait and see. There's a minute to go. So Rooster don't necessarily need to stay here. The reposition from Hazard. Oh, and it could be big. Look at it. He's able to find ASAP. Anything more would be insane. But now it's Malta to line them up. There's 3. And there's 3 for VERTEX too.
I mean, either which way you slice it, that was going VERTEX's way. What a sick rotation in the mid-round. I didn't see whether they got any info or what kind of made them rotate hard towards that A side of the map, but they definitely had a read there on what was happening. Yeah. I mean, these two teams have played each other before. but all 8 players in the server were all centralized around bathrooms. VERTEX decided at some point in that round that they no longer needed to hold B. I'm not sure what made them
I think it might have been Hazard when he went for the spot and saw 3 bodies, an immediate rotation there, and a reset for the fallback as well towards the site before he reroutes the bathrooms. So,
I mean, even before he took that duel, they were kind of rotating out of B. So I don't know. Either way, though, Rooster with a man advantage. Doing a good job opening up the map, taking PZ out of the equation. Jump spot from Brace here. This time it's going to be a massive lean towards B. VERTEX are playing very stacky on this CT side, and they are very consistently making good reads here. Aggression in towards short. Even if they take early contact and lose duels, this could lull Rooster into a false sense of security that they're going to commit towards B. Malta finds one through the smoke. Aggression on short flight from ADDICT is excellent.
They weren't expecting ASAP, though. Swinging open the door. Good for 2. A brilliant pre-fire onto Brace. The third would have been superb. And now it's on to the 1 versus 2 for TJP. Remember, if you missed the previous map, the dude dropped 37 kills on Vertigo in regulation. Absolutely absurd. So I would not put it past him to clutch out this 1 versus 2.
Hazard and Malta just going to hold hands. Be proactive on this CT side. Finding information. Make sure the spacing's good. They've got a kit. PJ is going to find an open B site. Planting right side of pillar. We'll keep an eye how he wants to position himself in the post plant now. Going to make his way towards ABC. We'll hear the drop from heaven.
Yeah, he's timed this well, hasn't he? They've got to get down. And with an open plant next to that pillar, he has the choice of spray onto it. A smoke, though, could be the one piece of util that bails VERTEX out, but they've got to get into it, and they haven't been able to find him just yet. Some great damage, but unfortunately, it's just not enough from TJP. And that defuse is going to come through.
That's going to be a desk slam for sure. Definitely a winnable 1-on-2. Couldn't quite put the pieces together, though. And even with the plant, Rooster going to be forced on a single eco. So VERTEX going to continue beefing up this CT side. Try to build up this cache even further. See what Rooster want to be going for. Looks like it's just a little bit of investment. Pistols and light armor on this T side. Trying to take guns away from VERTEX if they can. The money still hasn't quite built up yet for VERTEX. Every single gun that they could take away in this round is really going to help them try to reset round 8, round 9. Nice 1-for-1 in connector yet again there from the T side. Rooster have really not had issues finding opening picks, finding space around the map where they've kind of fallen down a lot of the times in the mid to late round, unfortunately.
Well, this one is just the pistols at the end of the day, so as long as VERTEX can navigate that one well and hold on to their weaponry, bar, I guess, Brace and maybe Hazard, as he was not expecting Rackham to come on down, which now equipped with the Kevlar, of course, and this AK-47, there could actually be some decent damage.
Yeah, bomb's going to get picked up on long here from ADK, who finds himself a flash. Rackham with AK armor. PC just jump spotting. Look at Malta, pushed all the way through B, found a lot of space and info over on that side of the map. And as soon as PZ makes contact, you're going to see the shift from ADDICT. PZ's actually going to fight here. Surprising. Underarms of smoke. Whoa, what is that headshot from ADK on the Deagle?
One more, and that's some pretty decent damage, isn't it?
100%.
30 seconds to go for ADK. He's got a 1 versus 1 applicable at the truck, but ADDICT a bit better.
Feel a bit robbed if I was ADK there. That headshot from up bracket side does like 50 damage on the Deagle. Could have been a bit of a difference maker looking at the money of VERTEX. It's still a bit shaky. Even taking 2 guns away there was pretty nice for Rooster. See what they've got for us on this T side. Like I said, they've found themselves in plenty of 5-on-4s. They've had a really tough time converting them.
Good early molly. ADK and drop quickly to the M4s. The nettik already in towards the short water.
Yeah. Set up to take control over there. This connector duel has not been great for VERTEX. ASAP picks Hazard. Again, a 5-on-4 for Rooster. Aggression in towards short here. The molly may push nettik out of position. He's going to be forced to Well, I thought he was going to be forced to invest the smoke, but he's actually safe from that molly. ASAP fighting out connector as well, and he's gone for 3.
Yeah, they're completely stuck there, unfortunately. Malta are not able to bail him out, nor himself, only good for 1, and that is definitely not enough. I see a bit of a problem, though, here for Rooster. If Brace turns around, he could potentially upset things, but he's just been spotted out. Rooster know what they need to do. nettik probably doesn't even need to go for the fight up through connector here on 17 HP, because the money, again, is fickle for Rooster.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to hold the off angle. Nicely done, all things considered. I even saved this at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it in this position, right? You got ADDICT, Malta, PC. You could probably buy up. Hazard, probably on the single save territory. So maybe he'll go like MP9 or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, maybe even just the 5.7. You know, we've seen some pretty decent damage from that gun recently. But we'll have to wait and see as ADK. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Trying to get a bit cheeky.
That actually, you know,
it makes a big
technically
difference.
does impact, yeah. Especially if Brace was able to win that one too. But I guess at the end of the day, that's rifle removed.
Yeah.
And with only 1800 for Brace, that really changes his buy.
No, for sure. If he's able to hold on to that rifle, you're looking pretty silly as ADK there. But TJ's good enough to come through long and clean that one up. So what is the decision here for VERTEX? I guess full save. No tack or anything. They're just going to take a full save, buy up into the next.
Yeah, nice timeout round for VERTEX. You know, we know they're a team that loves to be able to draw upon the 4 that they get. So when you've got an eco round such as this, a little bit more a chime in from Brace to have some talks about the next couple of gun rounds. How is...
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, okay.
ADK kind of been a liability over here towards the playground. I'll be filing a negligence suit at this point.
It's all right, though, if nettik and Rackham are chopping things up at B.
Malta's going to be able to save an AK, which is actually pretty huge for Brace, sitting down there on 1800. It's going to get him some more nades, get a bit more punching power. But you were saying, like, both of these teams did pretty well on the T side, and you're starting to see Rooster kind of grind back into it, no?
No, absolutely. Of course, you know, 4 rounds. When it comes to a map like this, and we've seen in relevant history, these guys, you know, opt to play this map, getting well over the 8 rounds that you would generally see. You know, well, the 8 rounds are in the half. Have some extras to try and get a little bit here and there on the CT side to close it out. I think we're probably looking more of a scenario where we want to see VERTEX getting in many CT-sided rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if Rooster are able to get to something like 9 or maybe even 10 rounds if they are able to reset the economy of VERTEX yet again.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Keep an eye on things. Orp's going to come out for PZ, though. Money looking pretty good with that drop. Saved rifle. Cash on Rooster pretty solid as well, especially with the bank of nettik in full effect right now. 7 grand on that man. Pretty good work to dodge the molly there for the most part for ADK. Maybe a flash over party side, but he's going to lose his life. This is the first time that VERTEX have had a man advantage in a little while here, so would love to see them convert this 5-on-4. They're not being as active in the middle of the map and around connector, which is where they've kind of actually been losing a fair few important duels, which I'm kind of happy about, honestly.
Well, it's slow and steady for Rooster. ADK fallen again, as it does go in with that MP9 that you were previously talking about as well. Going up, has a spotted a big dink on the Rackham already, and this is where that AWP line can be posted from PZ. Has a caught in a reload, not punished actually, which is a little bit interesting, and a bit of a fumble now from Rooster as well, as it is just onto ASAP. A 1 versus 5 damage would certainly have an impact against VERTEX, as we do know that there's gonna be a buy for Rooster in the next round with a couple of members, you know, very high on the economy.
Yeah, it should be enough cash to be able to put one together, but this is a massive boon for VERTEX. They can win with 5 alive. Instant dink. Hazard cleans it up. Plus 600 for him. Instant upgrade to the AK. And it's happy days for the VERTEX boys. Hazard doing some good work there. Playing in tandem with Brace and PC. Nice little crossfire on the front side of bathrooms there. 2+K on all these players. So CT side economy stabilized quite substantially. Rooster looking to grind their way back into this game, just one gun round at a time, but they are teetering on the precipice of getting reset here on this T side.
Yeah. There's even, you know, the chance for VERTEX to be reset within 2 as well, right? With a little bit of that loss bonus. You got Hazard above 4K. They do have to be a little bit careful, however, because nettik has already gotten up through short, already on towards the B side. A good wide swing for him to find his 2, but it kind of takes away when ADDICT gets 2 of his own, and there is a bit of strength in weaponry for the VERTEX guys, rotating their forces back over towards this site. A heaven look after from PZ. Again, another trade to come on out. It's TJP and ADK to see what they're going to be able to do. A missed shot from PZ. That looked like it hits on my screen, but apparently not. Needs to be careful he's not baited out by that position of ADK, and he manages to wrangle the spray. These trades, Pilski, are coming in left, right, and center time and time again, and PZ is going to start to be shouldered out. ADK, he's got so much time to play with on the clock. He's got a bomb that he's able to retrieve, and PZ is just going to post a bit of a deeper line.
AK thinks he's on the left. Bomb not picked up yet. PC starting to wrap around back towards ABC here.
Fake plant. PZ. He's holding the right line and he spotted him out. Wow, what a round from so many different aspects, right? All the trades, the positioning. It could have been any team's moment time and time again.
Yeah, it's just 1-for-1s all the way through, no? Right down to the 1-on-1 at the end of the round. But like you said, VERTEX had a much better economy than Rooster did heading into that one. And Rooster needed that round so much more than the CTs did. Was still expensive for him, so investments in the pistols are must here for Rooster. They could definitely do some more economic damage. Picking up the pace towards party side. Hazard needs to be careful. Over fighting on towards bathroom can be a death sentence against pistols on overpass with a good timing.
Oh, we'll wait and see. Maybe it's a bit of stats to be padded here for a couple of the lads, and maybe the lads I'm speaking about are going to be Rooster because these pistols are, well, the pistol of Rackham is able to find one. It's Brace, it's PZ, get a couple of their own, and maybe we'll see the other guys steal one away. Nope, yeah, it's going to be a full house for the lads on VERTEX.
Clean, exactly what they needed. 4 alive. Now here's the reinvestment for Rooster. Only a couple rounds left to play in this game. VERTEX probably cementing themselves in a position where they can put at least one more buy together, even if they drop it. Rooster probably have to grind their way through 2 gun rounds to try and reset and play for 7. Somewhat limited util for them in this buy, particularly where mollies are concerned. You've got the 1 molly on nettik and that's it. Somewhat limited on the flashes. And the only molly they've used is on short, just for the default progression smoke on short water to put out the molly, and a smoke on towards door. Rooster trying to make it look like they're taking short B control, but really they're quite heavily working the A side of the map right now.
Yeah. Of course, with VERTEX getting that last round as well, they've secured the half no matter what, so anything else from here makes it a little bit easier for their T side endeavors, which has been pretty destructive previously.
Smoke to front side of bathrooms while Rooster work long A. VERTEX playing quite centralized. Triple con. Don't see that too often.
It's cheeky. Could work out nicely, though, because we have seen Rooster have a couple of wraparounds where VERTEX have been taken out from the upper side of the map.
ADK gets bathroom control. Going to be left on the lurk over towards the A side of the map, while the rest of Rooster wrap back towards Monster. Still a fair bit of util here. Brace with a smoke on B. Big rotation. As VERTEX play quite heavily from bathroom here, don't see anything on the A side of the map, but they're still playing quite heavy over there.
Oh, the timing on the smoke. Is that going to be ill, though, for Brace? A flash from TJP could blind him, and then it's just going to be a Hail Mary spray. ADDICT to catch any rotations. There is that flash. Now he's going to start to head for the hills. He needs a bit of assistance. ADDICT has been taken off going yonder. And Malta now chiming in. This is problems for Rooster. Losing members, losing time. 10 seconds less to get the plant. And it's in a smoke. There's cover. So at least they're going to be able to do that. Afford them some extra time to situate themselves to try and get these kills. It's TJP creeping on up. He's overlooking ADDICT, but the spray, it's a little bit awkward. Now things again for Rooster are in shambles. It's Rackham out of ammunition. A one tap. He's done good for the one onto Hazza, but everything else is getting the better of him. Has to cop a reload. The time and the molly there is going to push him back. ADDICT will take him out, which means it's another round to the CTs of VERTEX.
Loss bonus plus bomb plant means that you could go AK light armor, go for some Galils and buy up if you want for Rooster. You're just trying to scrape together whatever rounds you can at the end of this T side, because it has not been going well for him. There were chances, there were windows where VERTEX looked a little bit more vulnerable to the reset, but we are a long way away from that now. They've got pretty solid money. And the CT side, they've been playing very dynamic. They're never the same setup over and again. They're all fragging across the board. They're all playing quite fluid across the map, quite happy to push and pull in the early to mid round, quite happy to stack and take risks in the mid to late round. Quite hard to read for Rooster.
I like it. I like it a lot. See what Hazza can do here with his bathrooms line. He's been pretty good from this location time and time again, and yes, one of the silver linings is that Rooster don't really have too much utility. They're almost forced to go with what util they do have. The flash is in. There's a smoke that's been deployed from ADDICT too, I do believe. And this is where a crossfire can be pretty deadly. It's Hazza, it's PZ. The rotations are starting to come from VERTEX, but the shots, they go left, right, and center. It's a good quick scope from PZ. It's TJP and ADDICT to get on in, but they're just being picked apart. Another great hold for VERTEX.
It's PZ doing what he does best. Alone on the site, some assistance comes in from Brace, peeking from Dumpster there. He's able to catch Rooster, you know, scaling into the site. That draws a little bit of aggro away from PC, but you give PC those kind of angles where he's just, you know, having players file into his scope one at a time, and he's going to hit those every day of the week. That's what he does best, really. Hold down a position. Classic AWP style. Rooster pretty scuffed looking by at the end of the half here. This T side has not been what they wanted, what they dreamed of. VERTEX setting themselves up to close this game out. Worth mentioning, though, that outside of the heroics from TJP on T side of Vertigo, the T sides have been a bit lackluster from Rooster. I mean, obviously they're playing without their RGL, so you can't be hypercritical. But I'd expect them to do more work on the CT side anyway, and that's what's going to be required of them.
Yeah.
Especially the way that this round's going. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a quick one, isn't it? It's some, again, a little later aggression in the round, not immediate from VERTEX, and they're just able to quickly take away any chance that Rooster had of this round. It's shaping up to be another 11-4 halftime scoreline, which has been pretty cursed throughout this tourney so far. We've had so many 11-4s at the halves. Why should this one have any different outcome, right? But we'll wait and see. It's not going to happen. ADDICT and Brace to put a close. 11-4 indeed is the scoreline. A good CT defense from VERTEX. Let's see if they're going to be able to continue on the T side when we return after this short break. Well, it's been a pretty decent half so far for VERTEX to close out this series. We're going to see if they can continue to roll with the punches here on the T side, or if we can see a bit of resilience from Rooster come their own CT side right now. Pilski joins me, of course, in this series. Let's find out who's going to go battle Greyhound a little bit later on.
Yeah, and by a little bit later, really not that much later, you get a little bit of a break. But playing your whole way through 3 maps of CS into a grand final against Greyhound, not going to be an easy task. And I've watched enough domestic CS qualifiers to know how that one usually goes. Quick one, straight up the bathroom. What is that from nettik? That's some NZ CS classic shooting on the USP right there.
That is absolutely absurd. And now you've got the forces of Rooster all here as well. nettik got another one ASAP for the mix as well. And it's all down to PZ. And I don't think that VERTEX actually have any idea as what has actually just happened to them, because, yeah, the POV that they have in that scenario is a little bit different. Wow.
Straight out of Auckland, just absolutely destroyed. What is that? That should never be connecting in a million years.
Yeah,
that's just
nuts.
Classic nettik. That's what the man does. Taps heads. And instant pause, because we need to check nettik's PC. That was not normally.
Yeah, let's actually check up on the kill department, I guess, right? Because it's something that we're kind of highlighting throughout this series so far on the opposite spectrums, where we just had a map where TJP had an absolutely barrage of frags his way, and then the previous one we had ADDICT that was kind of really absent, right? So it's kind of been scattered with a little bit of map dependencies and warmth as a team coming into this series so far.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of been the case for Rooster in general. Individuals have been quite inconsistent, which is interesting because I feel like in the current iteration of the team, with their normal lineup, that hasn't been the case. In fact, I feel like the individuals have been the most consistent maybe that they've ever been in the various iterations of Rooster in the last little bit. But I guess obviously when you're accounting for the fact that you're playing without your IGL and primary AWPA, you have a couple of gaps to fill, and that is naturally going to make things harder for people, make people a little bit more inconsistent in general. This is what it is. So, look.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a tech pause.
Yeah, maybe look like that. Bit of yarn to spin.
So, what have we been seeing for Greyhound this tournament?
So
they beat VERTEX, but only lost on Inferno.
Yeah, and that was where
they played a pretty close one against Encore. I'm surprised it was that tight.
VERTEX, I will add, were like nuts when it came to Inferno. The way that they were just positioning their forces and the way that they just didn't let anyone really gain map control, even kills for that matter. Vexai was having a kind of a silent series in the beginning for the maps. So hopefully they pick that up coming today.
Pretty one-sided maps in that upper final, which is what we're expecting to see to be the repeat. But look, that's the start that you wanted to see for Rooster in towards the second half. Clean pistol. Now they go into the anti-eco. If they can close this out cleanly, get a nice first gun round for themselves, then, could definitely go a different way. Like I said, in general, it's felt like, we talk about the individual inconsistencies from the players, but further on from that, I feel like the T sides have been a bit hit and miss from Rooster. A little bit more dependent on individuals firing up. Felt like any of their T-side success for the majority of this series came from on Vertigo, mostly TJP doing so much work over towards Scaff. On Inferno, it felt like a struggle, but even some of the rounds where they were just able to get in with those late contacts, they were finding success.
Yeah, nothing too difficult of a round there should be for Rooster.
nettik's feeling it. I'm getting worried.
It's an eco.
I know, but he's farming. Like he gets that pistol in. He gets his anti-eco kills. Like I understand. I am the ultimate it's an eco guy. Like I agree with you, Dion. But when you see someone who can be a star player and can be an X Factor player, playing with confidence and going and farming those eco kills, those are the kind
it has an effect.
Yeah. He's going to start to feel it.
Well, my real question is, does that continue now that the guns are actually going to be here for Vertex? Because there's still a lot of rope that Rooster have to be pulling towards their side, right? 5 rounds the difference still before we really start to see the threat.
I mean, this is what won them Vertigo. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just individual players aggressing, taking duels, playing with confidence. It's got to be something Vertex has got to deal with. Molly gets dealt with in Playground. HE nade contest from nettik does not go well. He loses the majority of his HP. Slinks away back towards Divider. Almost loses his life on the way through.
He's playing with a bit of fire here, that's for certain. Needs to be careful. A HE grenade would finish him off, but we can see for Vertex they don't have any.
Rackham alone in connector, clutching nothing but an MP9. Unchecked in this round, could come in and find some impact at some point. 2-man setup on Monster for Rooster. No control or space on the A side of the map. No one up long A at the pot plant. No one on Divider. Just jump spotting at Bank. Single player. nettik playing retake on 10 HP. If A is the play, then Rooster are likely going to have to adjust in the mid-round. But after clearing out connector and clearing out short, they're actually rotating quite heavily. And I think this could be heard by Vertex, who are going and taking short B control right now, while at the same time pressuring Bathroom, lining themselves up for a B-side exit here.
Ooh, it's cheeky though, Rackham. The reposition to the bridge with an MP9. That could throw a spanner in the works. Flashes start to go out, and there's the MP9, and it roars, doesn't it? Good for 2 now. ASAP to swing on a dime. He's able to find the first one towards Malta. The cavalry has arrived, and it is squandered. It is a shutdown on the B site.
That was really nice. Doubling up on the MP9 there, creating so much space for ASAP. The HE nade from Heaven was massive as well. Dunks both of those T's, trying to scale up short. You were looking at that side exit. It was a great timing from the T side. They're coming up against nothing but an MP9 and a FAMAS. But really, really good positioning and individual play out of the Rooster boys. Which means that what was somewhat of a pseudo bonus goes pretty nicely for Rooster. They get through that round with 2 guns up. Now they got to deal with the anti-eco here. Got to be careful not to lose too many guns.
Absolutely. Looks like a quicker one for Vertex. We'll see what any damage, any frags can be collected on their side. However, when you've got 3 CTs here ripe and ready, already being activated, it's good to see that ADDICT is getting a piece of the action. A couple of kills to get some good numbers, and he's actually going to look to potentially finish it off here. It's a bit of a swinger from PZ, but it is going to hit him out.
3 in it. It's a bit of a different game now. I mean, look, Vertex in this position converted on Inferno, but like you said, they fell short on Vertigo. So I guess it's a question of which kind of Vertex are we feeling? Because they're starting to go a little bit flat. They cannot afford to go flat and let the Rooster players play with this individual confidence and get away with it. Money looking pretty decent on the majority of the members. Couple of players on Rooster a little bit broken, but we can get some drops across at some point. PZ opens up the accounting beautifully. I think picks nettik the player over on the boost. nettik goes down to a Molotov. This gun round going horrifically for Rooster. Vertex just need to 100% this round. They just need to convert this 5-on-3 really cleanly, keep guns up, and keep contesting this half.
You can see the TJP's pushing Fountain, though. So the guys on the B side for Rooster have a great idea in just a little bit of where things might actually look to end up. It would be kind of unfortunate if Vertex do turn up the pace here, which I think they might be. Brace is going to get in front of that. Shadow Advantage is going to give a little bit over for Rooster right now. ASAP and ADDICT do everything that they need to. They're doing absolute work to pull this round back for Rooster. Now the flank of TJP can come into fruition. And this was a 5 versus 3 in favor of Vertex, which now is looking to be shut down unless Malta has something to say about it. The first has been found. The spray through the smoke puts him to 21. The bomb to be retrieved. Or maybe not. He has missed it.
Yeah, this is nightmare fuel. Picks up the bomb. Swing from ADDICT. Oh dear. Vertex have let that one slip through their fingers, Neon. Needed to convert that 5-on-3. Could have pressured the CT side money, but now find themselves in a position where, look, they're maxing out the loss bonus. Another half buy, which looks somewhat scary for Vertex. But money is pretty solid here for Rooster.
It kind of... The comeback's real. And I think I'm comfortable in saying that right now. We're starting to see the CTs really shape up. They're being very cohesive, hitting their shots where they need to.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen this from Rooster all night
Yeah,
tonight.
exactly.
Oh, but you don't want to be losing against a half-buy here. nettik trying to make up for it. A big spray down, but the A1S runs out of bullets. Malta's found a pick on B. This round is chaos.
Okay, and he's skating as well. Straight out of that one when he found it, but a bit of an overheat. How does he get out of this? Malta. Brace could not bail him out. He's got no smokes. He's got a flash. There's the smoke, but the shoulder's still going to be seen. And
he's running at him.
Wait. What? Okay.
What is going on?
OCECS.
Oh,
weird.
Brace, 1 on 2. Full belt of nades
heard.
for the man. He can plant absolutely anywhere he wants here. Kit's definitely in play. He's going to chuck a mid-sight smoke, allow him to be able to reposition post-plant.
Good flash. And he's tucked in. ASAP has completely seen him. The first is found, though, an immediate trade. So damage for VERTEX in a round of pistols, but I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, this game is getting messy. I feel like the bit of pressure coming through for sure. It's a tight one. Going to be putting both of these teams through their paces before they play Greyhound, which is not going to be positive for either one of them, to be honest.
Yeah, and a Greyhound that can potentially be, warming up, getting ideas from this series as well. If we have any expectations on what a veto could look like, we're going to get something similar to your Vertigo, Infernos, and Nukes that we've been having seen for Greyhound time and time again, or potentially are they going to want to deploy an Anubis? They had a chance for that previously, and they opted to go onto Vertigo instead.
Tack timeout here. Both of these teams in a pretty similar position. VERTEX are riding the loss bonus on the T side, which means that they just get money no matter what they do. They could lose for the rest of the half and they keep getting to buy. Rooster, on the other hand, doing a good job getting through these rounds cleanly enough to where they are not too worried. ASAP has no nades and he's just sending it up long. So you can expect this guy to take a duel no matter what happens this round.
Yeah,
he's just decided he's going to fight to the death over on this side of the map.
PZ was already taken relatively low, a bit of CSGO'd with the smoke trying to extinguish the flames, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. Malta has snuck to the B site and has managed to take out Rackham. It's ADDICT also having his head completely cleared off, so I've kind of been waiting to see what VERTEX have for us on this T side. Now we're finally getting to see a bit of that.
Contact up short after a 1-for-1 on long A. Already lost ABC control. Easy kill for Brace in the side of the head. TJ 1v4 from heaven. Lost a lot of HP already. He's been fantastic this series, but a little bit quieter on Overpass here. This might be even a bridge too far from him. They're giving him a chance, though.
Yeah, this is scary because if he's able to find Malta and then potentially there's a world which a smoke goes onto the bomb and he can get a cheeky ninja defuse, there's a Molotov for Hazard that needs to probably be timed to perfection because with the smoke already going down, he's going to go for it. The stick, the spray from Malta is good, which means finally we get a round from VERTEX on this T side.
It's massive from Malta. Difficult position coming up short in a 180 crossfire, but the ABC player swinging out wide gives him that opening duel, and then he's able to swing on the monster player. Even if he doesn't double entry there, he does have a player close enough to him to trade, which probably means it's favorable for VERTEX anyway. Enough cash to buy into this one for Rooster, but 1900 loss bonus. This is reset potential for VERTEX every day of the week.
Yep.
This is not where you can afford to lose control of your CT side economy for Rooster. At this point in the game, we're winding it down towards the end of Overpass. Short B control here for VERTEX. Gonna go for a boost, look for a pick on that B side of the map while the rest of the boys just passively work A, keep an eye on connector. VERTEX just cutting sound everywhere, taking their time.
Yeah, I don't mind it as well. The HE stack, we've seen ADDICT play at the wall time and time again, but this time just a little off position from it.
That's the right idea. Deep flash on long, sets up PZ to take a duel over towards the flower pot. nettik is over there. But no supporting flash on the A site from either Rackham or TJP means that he's kind of on an island over there.
Someone's going to have to go get that bomb relatively soon, Pilski. And by my eye at the radar, I think things for VERTEX are going to look to go to this B site.
Just refreshed the monster smoke, though. ADK with an MP9. ASAP has got a smoke, so he can underarm a smoke on barrel side when this B execute comes in. Try to play for time and allow those rotations to come in. nettik has just cleared long A.
Oh, here we go. It's a great flash in from VERTEX. They are maybe not able to dispatch of ASAP, though, as ADK did fall. They're hunting for him. They want this trade. TJP is here now as well. 15 seconds to get this plan. It's TJP taken down at 2 versus 2, and Rackham is in the open. That is so unfortunate. Hazard to clean his clock. And around for Rooster that potentially could have gone their way very well. Still might. A 1 versus 1 as PZ falls. And Hazard has gone down to the monster tunnel side at the waters. He will thrive. He will swim with 4 kills in the round. And it's another one for VERTEX. They have found their footing on this T side.
So clean from Hazard. Just a massive 4K from this man. Nothing but clean headshots. This is what you want to see from this man when he's at his best. And you can't talk about having more impact than that. Waltzing onto the B site, deleting the entire enemy team and breaking their money in a lower bracket final elimination game. That is about as big as it gets. Tack timeout from VERTEX here because we know that Rooster, they like to play at a disadvantage. They don't have a timeout button. Doesn't exist.
Never exists.
It's going to be a full eco for Rooster. Looking to buy up into round number 25. VERTEX, especially with how shaky their money looks right now, Dion, they just need to have a clean anti-eco here. Give themselves plenty of gun rounds to play through to try to close out this series. Make sure no shenanigans are afoot.
Yeah, well, especially with pistols, right? We've seen a lot of pistol rounds be gathered, and that's what we've got for Rooster here. Cheeky con deployment. Good molly. Is it going to spread to nettik?
Just progression mollies. Clearing out those close angles. Just really good fundamentals from VERTEX. This is exactly how you want to work connector in an anti-eco. Just double molly. Then pinch up to bathrooms over towards divider.
Yeah, that's what you want to be seeing. Just some pretty clinical, well-found fundamentals from VERTEX to get rid of these pistols. And I think, you know, the next round is, well, probably is going to be one of the do or die rounds for Rooster.
No kills being found here from Rooster. So VERTEX look like they're going to get the clean anti-eco that they were looking for in this round. Which is going to put them in a winning position for this series. They should be up 14-10. Strong economy. All 5 surviving. Gorgeous.
Nice. Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
What we want to see.
And now you're looking at Rooster. No money for an AWP. It's going to have to be 5 rifle. The util is going to be somewhat limited on some of these players. Might have to skip out on kits. Seeing a pretty big lack of flashes here. So you got to keep an eye on that, especially with some of the rotating players. You know, if you don't have flashes to be able to set up the B-side anchor or something like that, or flash over the divider in the mid to late round, that could be an issue.
Yeah. Here's one of my pet peeves as well, right? When you're this deep into the map and you know that your opponents have AKs and stuff and you still go for a helmet as a CT when you could have used it for either a smoke or a kit.
Yep. Well, con fight going to be all important, regardless of helmet or not.
We'll see what TJP can do, Pilly. Nothing.
Oh my god, ADDICT.
Wow, ADDICT. That is gorgeous.
Oh boy. The rifles of VERTEX are just winning them this series. It was Hazard in the other round. Malta with the double entry. This time it's ADDICT. Just ripping con open. Dry contact. Excellent crosshair placement. Nothing but headshots.
Yeah. Do you look for a save here if you're Rooster? If things tends to the A site to have guns in the next, I think you probably have to. If things go towards B, you've got 2 smokes, 2 incendiaries, and a flash. It's workable utility, but this is the problem phase in the round where VERTEX they've moved to the other side of the map.
down Monster. Good flash, but it's still only a 1-for-1. And it's all just a ruse. VERTEX drag walking up short A. With the B side execute. They're so far ahead that they know that they could just send an extra player in towards the B side of the map, force the rotation out, and 100% this round. This is what VERTEX does best, Dion.
Yep, absolutely.
Great cooling.
Plan for wherever they want.
Great mid-rounding. That's going to put Rooster in a safe situation. Definitely not ideal.
No.
But you called it. I mean, you said VERTEX had a fantastic T side, and I'm seeing why.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit surprised that it took this long for them to start to display their T side, but the real swing was the fact that, you know, nettik was doing what he needed to do, ASAP was doing what he needed to do, and they were able to rinse and repeat that without many movements around the bomb sites, right? They were able to just completely lock it down on A. The retakes down on B were looking good for Rooster as well. As soon as Brace and VERTEX and co figure that out, that sort of situation where it's repeating from Rooster, that's where, you know, they're able to deploy that knowledge and anticipate what Rooster are doing, and in the decision making for these rounds, change it up and get the better of them. And I think that's what, you know, this core of VERTEX has been striving for time and time again. And now they've found their recipe, right? So it's looking really good for them.
2 kills in it between all of the boys on VERTEX. And it's been a pretty common pattern, honestly, in this series. They've been pretty close in terms of frags across the board for the majority of it. Everyone pulling their weight. Pretty well-rounded performance from the boys. Last chance here for Rooster. Aggression in towards short B, trying to pull rotations, trying to sow some seeds of doubt about where VERTEX is headed. Malta applies that pressure, then slinks back away towards Monster. ADDICT trying to apply pressure towards Connector. Feel out whether there's some personnel from the CT side over there while he waits for the boys to pinch Con up from the A side of the map with him. So nade onto the pillar there. A lot of damage onto ASAP. Good little lineup from Malta. PZ works long A. VERTEX are working the map beautifully in this round. No aggression at all from Rooster. They are playing very pinned back despite the fact that they have a pretty distinct util disadvantage.
That's one of the things, isn't it? That light utility. Also, to add no AWP for any posted lines around this A site means that PZ has some pretty good long range over at long. This is a pivotal duel, though, if nettik can win this one. Oh, and he's got to spot out Brace. No bullets in return yet from VERTEX, and it's a second one from nettik, too. If you need anybody to deliver to keep this alive for Rooster, being able to see nettik do that, it's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, he kind of baited Brace into that, to be honest. Bit of a left eye, right eye peek interaction. Looked like the easiest kill of nettik's life. And then the second player, he's just already crosshair trained on him, ready to trade.
Yeah, we'll see what can happen. Malta able to open up the books at this A site, but is he able to write down the right digits? Is he able to figure out that nettik is still lurking here? PZ's not able to, unfortunately. It's got to be Malta. A single point of HP at the tail end of that one, but it's ADDICT in a 1 versus 3. Able to find the first 2. Is he expecting where ASAP to come from, though? No time to get the full plant. 1 second, and it's done. Rooster managed to get the round, and ASAP for the kill at the end of it as well.
It's just ice cold from ASAP. Facing elimination here in the IEM Dallas qualifier, does not peek the planter. Anticipates the tap from ADDICT. It is kind of one of those situations, though, where he can call out the fake, and even if it's not a fake, there probably is not, it is in most situations not enough time for ADDICT to pull his gun out. Even if the plant does go down, it's probably still favorable for ASAP. So he is kind of playing the high percentage either way, if you ask me. But still pretty cold for him not to peek the tap there at all.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those moments as well where you kind of, as an outsider, look into that, and it could come down to that 50-50, right? With all the different outcomes. Does he plant? Well, if he does ASAP swing? No time for the gun to come out. ASAP wins that.
Money is pretty shocking for Rooster here.
Correct. Yeah, and nettik's got that AWP out now too. Where's that currently positioned? Up at long at the flower bed.
Yeah, they're playing a bathroom setup. No control of the middle of the map. And VERTEX have recognized that. They've cleared out Connector pretty easily here. I think they're going to be able to either read this as a long A setup or a retake on the A site kind of situation. Rotation pulled across from Rackham, making his way off of B. Rooster shifting to play retake from water here. But after pressuring the top side of bathroom, clearing out the middle of the map, it looks like VERTEX just going to go for a B exec. Really nice timing on the jump spot and the molly there from ASAP.
Ooh, 30 seconds though, and this is where a good flash from VERTEX can get them in. Extra utility as well to soften up the Rooster members. It's Malta to find the opener, and now the crossfires for Rooster are going to be questioned. A 3 versus 3. Time still enough to get a plant, but it's extra damage that they are looking for here. Brace has a full kit of utility as PZ gets the plant down. It's TJP with this one-on-one swing. He's lost it, and nettik with the AWP now. A position unknown. A position unexpected from VERTEX. He's going to try and sneak on in. There's a kit in front of him. And it's a FAMAS too. He's going to have to go for it. A shot in the AWP. Bait VERTEX in. That it's going to be that opportunity. The only AWP there. Kit picked up here, Pilski. But that time, there's maybe even... He has to go for the stick here. There's no other way he wins this one. Oh, no, nettik. It doesn't matter that he's found PZ. It's GG already.
Let's see it. VERTEX get it done. 16-11. Massive performance from these lads. I mean, definitely tested by Rooster, who, I mean, have to say it, individuals looked pretty sketchy, pretty inconsistent tonight. The T sides looked a little bit lackluster. Obviously, they're playing without